Hey, Robert here. I wanted to discuss the aliens and UFOs and entities and humanoids, whatever you want to call them. The purpose they're here is, I'm not sure. Okay, I think there's, I think there's a lot of different aliens and humanoids and entities, and they all have their different purposes to be here. So I can't really nail one purpose down. They all have their own agenda, the aliens I'm speaking of. And some aliens are interdimensional beings, some are different from different planets, and some some are from here. I really they might live under the oceans, in the ocean somewhere, or in a different dimension, but the same place but a different dimension. That's what a dimension is. They could be they could be standing in the same spot you're in, but they're in a different dimension. So, but that's hard to explain if you don't know. So I'm not going to explain that too much. You could talk to me and write to me if you want, and try to tell me what you think it is. Um, I've seen a lot of weird, strange lights in Fresno that I cannot explain. I can never explain them. And very, very seldom do you actually see a craft behind the lights. All you see is the lights because either that ship is invisible, cloaked, or other suggestions I would be offered to listen to. But you don't see a actual solid craft most of the time. It'd be very rare if you did. And there was a lot of times where I'm just sitting in my house, just watching TV, minding my own business, whatever, sleeping even. Something wakes me up in my mind, and something tells me to go outside. You know, go outside. Something's coming. Go look. Sure enough, there's something coming. Something flying over the house. It could be any time of the day or night. 3, 4 o'clock in the morning, whatever. Something was. It's like they wanted me to know that they were coming. They wanted me to go see them. It sounds crazy to some people, but it sounds very plausible to other people. Until you know, until you go through the same thing I've been going through, then you might not ever know. But I'm willing to tell my story at just about any cost, and that's what I do. I get ridiculed and by some people and stalked and threatened and whatever, the whole 9 yards. But I have to tell my story. I have to tell you now again because it kind of keeps me up. Like right now, it's 6:30 in the morning. I couldn't sleep all night. I've been thinking about this subject. It keeps me up at night, a lot of nights. These aliens and these beings, what they've been telling me in their own way is they are here. There are hundreds, maybe thousands of them around the world, all over the place. They're here with us now, and they've always been here with us. That's my story, and that's what I really believe. Um, you don't have to believe it if you don't want to. That's your problem. That's something they've been telling me by coming around. They actually make these little tapping noises in my curtains or walls or something. They every once in a while they do these weird noises. It's not the house settling. It's not somebody out there. It's them. They want me to know they're there, and I'm not scared or paranoid or delusional about any of this. It's what's been really happening. It's true. And a lot of other people's got the same stories they can tell you. And a lot of other people won't tell you, and they won't tell anybody because they're afraid to get ridiculed, and they're afraid people are going to make fun of them, and they're afraid most of all they're going to lose friends over it. And people, don't be afraid. Tell your stories. Tell people. The more people that tell their stories, the more people that come out with it, the easier it will be, and the more people will stop ridiculing you and making fun of you and stalking you or whatever else. They'll stop doing it the more people that tell their story. That's the truth. Geez, this subject I could talk to you forever about. It's just, I don't know, these beings, these aliens, whatever, they choose certain people, or maybe I called them in some ways. I called them with my mind. I've been asking to see them for many years. You know, I've always wanted to see a UFO, and always wanted to see one so bad, and I always thought about it. And I've always sat outside and watched the stars half the night, and for years I've been doing that. And maybe they saw me watching them, or trying to look for them, and maybe they came out and said, "Look, we see you, and here we are. You know, we're going to come around and see you for a while." I mean, does that sound crazy, or does that sound plausible? You take the choice. I mean, I have no choice in the matter. It's reality. Whether what anybody says about it or what anybody does, it's reality. And it doesn't matter what people say, because I'm stuck with it. And people like me are stuck with it, and they can't do anything about it. It's not a good idea to ridicule and make fun of and constantly harass somebody because of what they believe in, and because what they know to be is the truth. And what I'm telling you is the truth, and what I know is the truth. There's not a lot of people that know what I know and seen what I've seen and been through what I've been through. But there's plenty out there, more than you think, that just don't come out with their stories. Like I said, I do believe there are hundreds, if not thousands, of different aliens, entities, humanoids, interdimensional beings, all around the world, been with us. There's thousands of UFOs flying around all the time. Most of them you can't see. They're cloaked, they're invisible, they're from a different dimension or time, whatever the case may be. It all sounds crazy to some people. It probably would have sounded crazy to me about 10 years ago, but not anymore. I've been through a lot here, a lot more than I can even tell you. I just cannot explain it all to you very well, and I cannot tell you all the things I've been through. I try to, but I always forget other parts of it. There's a lot of stuff I just forget to tell you. That's because there's so much stuff that happened, you know. From missing puzzle pieces, to something was rolling a basketball at me out of the garage in the middle of the night, to alien entity beings in my neighbor's backyard at 2:30 in the morning, peeking through the fence at me. What else? Something was telling me I'm very observant when I was sleeping, and it woke me up. And just before I woke up, there was a big bright flash of light, like a big flash bulb in my room. Something was telling me, "You're very observant. You're very observant," over and over again, until he woke me up, or it woke me up. And these other voices were they were talking to me in the family room one night. There were just some voices I heard. I got up to go to the restroom, and I heard some noises in the family room. I went out there to look. The first thing I noticed was, of course, nobody was in there. It was 2:30 in the morning. The TV was off. The computer was off. But for some strange, odd reason, we have a light over the computer, and that light was turned on when we always turn it off. That's the second thing really that got to me. Like, why is this light on? And these noises, something was trying to talk to me. It was going. It sounded almost like that. It wouldn't stop making that. It kept on. I was looking for it. I was looking in drawers. I was looking at the computer. I was looking at the TV. And I just said, wait a minute. These noises were not coming from anywhere. It was just in the air somewhere. One of those beings was talking to me in the air through the airwaves. And it only happened one time, okay? And this is when I was sober too, okay? I was completely sober, so okay, I'm just trying to tell you some truth and some stories that I've encountered myself. Take them any way you want to, but I'm telling you the truth. I was hoping somebody else had some stories they could tell me, you know, like the same general stories I'm telling you. There's other things I could tell you, like strange objects sitting in the tree at night, strange lights, strange orbs flying around. One time I went outside at like 12:30 at night, and I walked out the door. I saw 20, 30 little small orbs flying around the sky. I mean, there's 20, 30, maybe more of them flying like dust particles almost. And I just said, I looked at them, I go, oh, all the hell with this shit. There are just too damn many of them. I'm going back in the house. That's what I said. And I didn't think about getting the camera or anything else. I just said, there's too many of them. I'm going in the house. It did. I guess it frightened me. There's too many of them. There was too many of them. Like I've been telling you, I think there is too many of them. I think there's hundreds and thousands of them all over the world. Different sizes, shapes, forms. I think there's some aliens that are plant people. They're reptilians. Oh geez, they're like humanoids like us. Some are, and some are interdimensional beings. Some are small, some are tall, some are green, some are red, some are blue, tan. The list will keep going. The message is clear as day to me. There's hundreds and probably thousands of these beings and UFOs here. They're always here. That's the message I'm getting from these things. And they haven't. I don't know if I've been abducted. I cannot go that far with it. I do not recall any marks on me, any nightmares, anything strange like that. I cannot remember anything. No really lights and blinding me in the face, and no missing time that I can remember. I'm trying to sound as civilized as I possibly can about this, and intelligent as I possibly can, without sounding like total crazy. The whole story might sound crazy to some people, but I assure you it's true. What I've been telling you is true. I'm sure there's people that know some things about it like I do, and I'm sure there's people that know a lot more about it than I do. But all I know is what's been happening to me since 2006 has been happening to me. It's tapered off quite a bit. I don't know why exactly. I don't see too many of anything anymore. That's a good question, another one. But feel free to ask me questions and tell me your story. I'll be glad to listen to you and take you seriously if you have stories to tell me like the one I'm telling you. Most of the people that report UFOs and aliens, most of these people are not nutcases. Most of these people are sane, credible people, just like you and I. That's the truth. Most of these people are. They're not lying. The Roswell crash, the alien bodies found in the Roswell crash, that all happened. That's all true. I'm telling you right now, there was two alien spaceships that crashed at Roswell. The Roswell crash, we'll call it. and there was 4 beings, 3 were dead laying there, and there was one was alive. That's a true story. Whoever says that crash didn't happen and it's just a weather balloon and all that malarkey, they're ignorant or they're lying to you. That stuff, that did happen. That crash did happen, and it was alien bodies found, and it was 2 UFOs found, okay? And there was too many witnesses too, way too many witnesses that had the same stories to tell you. And anybody tells you that, like, it's impossible for a UFO to be invisible, or a UFO to come from different planets hundreds of light years away, they can't do it, it's scientifically impossible and all that, I'm here to tell you it's possible, and all that scientific proof and scientific impossibilities is how we see it and how we know it. We're pretty stupid compared to some of the aliens that are like a million years ahead of us. We don't know how to do these things. We don't have the materials they have, you know. They have different materials than we have, and they could do things. They could go through wormholes. They could make anti-gravity devices and magnetic, oh, the stuff they could do, you have no clue. So if anybody says it's scientifically impossible, that's a ridiculous statement in itself, because that's how it's scientifically impossible how we know it, okay? Not how the aliens know it. It's perfectly, they could do it. So don't listen to people that say it's scientifically impossible. It was impossible to go to the moon for us a few years ago. So just think what advanced civilization hundreds of thousands of million years ahead of us could do. There's nothing really impossible. There's not too many things that are impossible. It might be impossible to us, you know. But I would like to talk more about this, but there's too much to talk about. There's not enough. I don't want to bore people to death either. So feel free to give me your thoughts and tell me your stories. Maybe I can sleep better now. It seems like I cannot sleep. You know, every month or so, I cannot sleep for like a week. I cannot sleep very good because this stuff is running through my mind constantly. So that's why I have to make these videos. I mean, maybe I'll be able to sleep a little bit better tonight now. I hope I can. But well, the night's already over with. It's gonna be 7 o'clock in the morning. I still haven't slept yet. And this stuff's been running through my mind for years, and for this last week, a lot. So take it serious. Take the UFO subject seriously, and the alien subject seriously, and the entities and the interdimensional beings. Anything that sounds impossible, you should take it more serious. All you people, I'm serious about it. Feel free to ask me more questions, and I'll try to answer them. And if I don't know the answer, somebody else I'm sure does. I think that's all for now. My mind's a little more relaxed now. I can think a little bit. I can relax and take it a little easy now. Okay, guys. All right. I hope this helps somebody out. I hope this helps you understand me more and my credibility more. I have no reason to lie or make up stories about any of this stuff. I have no reason to. There's no reason to do it. Just the truth is all that matters. Doesn't matter what anybody says. Doesn't matter what I say. Doesn't matter what the smartest person in the world says, because he doesn't even know the truth. Just remember that. Scientifically impossible is possible to other people, other civilizations. Okay, that's it for now.